Good morning and welcome to my happy place. Today I'm doing a voiceover because on this day what I wanted to do was to get on with what I needed to do. I wanted to be able to listen to the birds and to focus on getting things done. If you're a gardener, you know that this is a very busy time for all of us. There's a lot to do, but I feel like I'm coming to the end of that busy season and I'm going to have time to be able to sit down, relax and take it a little bit easier whilst continuing to try and get some succession planting done. My plan for the day was to get my beans in. As I've stated in other videos as well, I love bolotti beans. However, I got distracted as usual, not only by chatting to one of the other allotmenteers, but also I noticed that the meteor peas that I had given up on suddenly looked like they had put on a spout of growth and needed the support I had not given them, because to a certain extent I didn't expect them to do much. This proves to me that even when plants look like they're giving up, we have to give them that chance to try and grow and do the best they can rather than just yanking them out. So before I started on the bean bed, I decided to go in and give these peas a little bit more support in the hope that I'll get some produce from them. As is my usual practice, I had to pull out bindweed and a few weeds that I noted growing around the peas. And obviously this is the best way to keep on top of your weeds. It's to always pull out what you can when you see it, and also to make sure that things such as bindweed are not allowed to grow any bigger than you can manage to keep on top of. I find that my beds have less bindweed this year despite the great weather we've had, and I feel that it's because of the fact that I'm consistently pulling them whilst they're still tiny. And I'm hoping that in a few years maybe my fight with bindweed won't be so heavy at all on my time whilst I'm at the allotment. In terms of supporting these peas, I use shorter poles because meteor peas don't grow that tall. At least none of mine have ever grown that tall. But I found that they had already started trying to wrap themselves around the shallots that are in the same bed with them. And so I needed to separate them before I could actually get the poles in and provide them with the support they needed. The sound of the birds was absolutely fantastic. Sadly, we are on a flight path and therefore we do occasionally get the sound of planes as well. But in some ways, I don't mind it because When I hear planes, it makes me think of holidays and happiness. So for me, it's a good balance. But the birds definitely do make me smile when they're singing and talking to each other. I got this drip irrigation system from Lidl when it was on sale, but I can honestly say that I'm not well versed with how these systems work, and unfortunately all they provided you with was pictures and not proper instructions. So it took me quite a while to work out how to use it, and I think I've actually changed up how I'm going to use it. But in the future, I need to learn a little bit more about how to set up these systems, because I'm not wanting to spend a lot of time watering. At the moment, with all the dry weather we've had, it takes me about an hour to water the whole allotment, and I'm hoping that if I could set up watering systems like this in all my beds, then all I would have to do is attach the hose pipe and then just let the watering do itself, and then just move it from one connector to the other. But as you can see in here, I struggled initially not only to put it together but also to get the water to run through, because what I didn't realize is this connector has a high pressure gauge which narrows and therefore was not allowing the water to go through. So it took a few goes before I worked out that I needed to remove that, in order that the system should work properly after that. I even tried opening that thinking that maybe there's higher pressure because they're closed, but that wasn't the case. Once I'd made sure that the hose pipe wasn't going to pop off again, I got on with starting to create my bean frame. Now, last year I had a much bigger space for growing my beans, and this year I've got less space, but at the moment it's not too much of a worry because I haven't had great germination with the beans. In fact, a lot of my seeds this year have actually been struggling to germinate. I'm finding that a lot of seeds are either rotting or just staying dormant even when you put them in soil. I don't know whether it's to do with the soil, whether it's to do with the temperatures we've been having, but I feel like I'm going to go back to sowing my seeds in cocoa coir like I was doing before, because I had better success then. And I do love the bologna beans, and therefore what I had done is I sowed some more seeds, and then the seeds I had previously sown came up. However, I also found that the other seeds that I sowed as a potential replacement of these, because they hadn't come up, have just rotted. So I'm really, really desperate to get a few more out. So I'm hoping to do another batch, and hopefully we will get some produce. Because of the poor germination I've had, I decided that I was going to try doing what some of the allotmenteers I watch have actually been doing, which is to add a seed to the hole where you put your beans. I'm hoping that I will get germination here, but at the moment I've been down to the allotment a few times since I actually put these beans in, and I've not seen any baby beans coming up, but fingers crossed that there's something happening underneath and I will get extra beans. To try and increase my harvest, I also direct sowed some beans onto these supports, because then they will climb up them. And once again, I still haven't seen anything. And to ensure a good produce with regards to boloti beans, I also did some dwarf ones. I discovered this year that they have dwarf bolotis, so I'm putting them all over so we can hopefully have more beans. Okay guys, that's about it. I did this and then I went home. I hope you've enjoyed this, and please do let me know how you're getting on with your seedlings. Are they germinating, or are you like me? Are you struggling with lack of germination? Thank you for watching and have a good one.